Hey guys, and today we will be looking at my Supercoach team, bit of a team update, post preseason games. So here we go. At D1, I've got Sam Doherty. Now I keep changing this. It's either Doherty or Dawson. I don't know which one to start. Um, I might end up finding a way to start both, but at the moment it's just Doherty. Uh, his pracky game was elite. He got about 150. He's the perfect candidate. He's going to lose a bit of mid time when Walsh comes back, but I don't think that will affect his scoring too much. Um, yeah. So at D2 we got Elliot Yeo. He's pretty much a lock now. I don't think anyone is not picking him. I think his percent's around the 70% mark. So yeah, if I were you, go him, and if he falls, everyone falls. So next we got Liam Bones Jones. So he got about 100 in the pracky game, maybe 110. At 228k, it's very hard to ignore that. You could go Crozier, I think, instead of him. But yeah, what's Crozier's price? So Crozier's 218, so you're even getting 10k as well. So Crozier's going to be playing at halfback as well. But Liam Jones, I think he could make All Australian this year. So yeah. Next we got a D4, Ruben Gimby. So he's playing off the halfback. I think he should also be a locking aside. I think he will score around 70 to 80, and I think that's perfect. So yeah, that's Gimby. Connor McKenna. I'm still torn on the Connor McKenna pick, but I think I will pick him only because he did have that season 3 or 4 years ago, and he was about 450k, like getting 85s. So yeah, it's hard to forget that, and hopefully he can do it this year. I doubt it though. D6, we got Charlie Constable. So Constable is playing halfback, and he's getting a lot of the ball. I think he's getting a lot of the ball. So anyway, if I won't say what her name is, but if she could shut up, that'd be great. Yeah, he will play the first half of the season. Whether he plays after that, I'm not sure, but he should. And yeah, I think he's a safe pick. Then at D7 and 8, we got Wilmot and Sincotta. Sincotta looked good off the halfback. Quite a lot of touches, and I think he gets a spot over Cow and Cohen. But yeah, then Darcy Wilmot. Darcy Wilmot will get a game. He'll be playing on the wing or halfback. He'll mix up. But yeah, he can probably average around the 60 mark. Now onto the midfield. R1, Rory Laird. M1, Rory Laird. For all I know, he could average 150. Nah, he'll average around 130, and I think that's perfect. I'm happy with that. I'm happy paying 700k for that. I picked him over Oliver only because Oliver, there's a lot of D's in that midfield that are elite players. So I know that hasn't stopped him last year, but I don't know, that thumb still seems to give him a bit of worry. He got 30 something touches on the weekend, but no reason to pick him, not to pick him. But Roy Laird, superior in my eyes. M2, the Bont. Yeah, the Bont looks fantastic. That Preki game, he absolutely dominated. I probably think he'll average around 125, but yeah, maybe 120. But yeah, I think he's a safe bet. Jack McRae. I've gone away from picking Steele as a starting pick, only because with Ross Lyon, I'm not sure how that's gonna look. But yeah, he still seemed alright. But Jack McRae, I think he's playing more mid-time this year than last year. And what did he average last year around the... Does it say? 115 mark. Early he had some big scores as well. So no reason not to pick him. Tom Green at M4. I think every man and his dog has Green. Yeah, just a great pick, and I'm not going to go much into that. Apart from the fact that he did run out the season quite badly last year. He had a great first half and then fell off. But yeah, I think I'm going to pick Green and hope for the best. Jacob Hopper. Everyone has this pick. I'm not even going to speak on him, actually. It's just everyone should have him. Finn Callahan. So Callahan is getting a lot more mid-minutes, but I don't know how many mid-minutes he'll get during this season. I think I might, depending on his performances, it could decrease, but hopefully he can average around the 85, 90 mark and make a bit of cash for us. At M7, Will Ashcroft. Everyone has him. I keep saying he's a 18-year-old he's a 27-year-old footballer he's an 18-year-old footballer that plays like a 27-year-old footballer, or just a veteran footballer. Like he's elite. M8, Cam McKenzie. McKenzie looks great. He got that great score against Collingwood. The only thing I'd note is midfielders score easily against Collingwood, so I just be a bit cautionary when picking him. Could go wrong because we saw what happened to Josh Ward last year, but yeah, Cam McKenzie looks a bit more skillful than Ward, so I think I'm happy with that. Phillips onto the bench now. So Phillips, he looked good on the weekend. I think he'll average a lot more than what he got, so there's no reason not to pick him at 158k. Judd McVee, I still don't know about this pick. This will probably change before round one, but considering he's 124k and I think he gets a game, I don't know if we have many options. So yeah, Joe McVee for now. Just to keep in mind, I still have 200k left, and I don't know where to put it. Probably in the back line, but I don't know what I sacrifice yet. Anyway, Oscar Baker, he looked very good. He was one of the Dogs' best players in that game against North. But yeah, pick him. Just pick him. Rucks, Sam. This isn't meant to be Sam Darcy, sorry. I did that for a muck around. Jared Witts. So I'm picking Jared Witts because he's a lot more consistent than Darcy. It's really between those two at this point. Witts just looks much better than Darcy. So he doesn't look better. I trust him more. I think Darcy has durability issues. He did play 21 and 19 games in the last 2 years, but he has had those injury worries in the past. Have the odd rest game. So yeah, I'd stick with Witts. Marshall R2. Marshall will be the R1 at the end of the year, in my opinion. Unless Grundy or Gorn get injured, then they might be. But yeah, I think if it comes to that, I think we'll get Grundy and Gawn in the forward line anyway. So Marshall, great pick. Nick Madden, just a loophole. Don't have to speak on him. Now forwards, F1 Dunkley. He was F1 last year and will be F1 again. It's as simple as that, but he will average a lot more this year as he's getting only mid-minutes now. And he had 31 touches, 0 goals, and got a 156. That's impossible to ignore. And he'll get that every week. Not the score every week. He'll get 32 touches every week. So, yeah. Connor Rosé led the CBAs for Port, and he looks primed for a great season. But yeah, he's definitely, depending on if Butters just decides to rock up every week, then it could affect his scoring. But Connor Rosé looks like he's that main man in the midfield now, and no reason not to pick him. I think he'll probably get to around that 550k mark. He'll just stay there. We'll stay close to there. Tim Taranto. Now, Tim Taranto is an absolute lock. He's the number one midfielder for Richmond, and the midfield is built around him, really. He could average anywhere from 115, or 110 to 150, 105 to 115, 110 to 115, I'll say. Yeah, I think he'll be a star this year. Not that he wasn't already, but yeah. Errol Goulden, he's looking fine. He got a 188, I believe, and didn't look like slowing down. 45 touches, 3 goals, 2 or something. It's instant lock for me. I know it could be seen as overreacting or being very reactive after a pracky game, but yeah, I think Errol Goulden looks primed for a great season. I don't think he's the number one midfielder, but number 2 is good enough for me, I think, at 470k. Tanner Bruin, F5. So Tanner Bruin's role at Geelong is what Scott Selwood's role was. So that in and under, hard running, gut running player. But I think he's better than Selwood. Well, if you talk about Selwood in his last year, yeah, he's definitely better than Selwood, and I think he will probably average around 100. Hopefully, maybe 95, but yeah, he'll definitely make some cash for us. Sammy Flanders, this could change, and I could drop down so that I can get Dawson, but yeah, I think Sam Flanders' role is very nice, and I think he will average around the 85 mark, which will be nice amount of money. And then maybe when he gets that money, I can get Dawson. But yeah, no, I'm liking the look of Sam Flanders. Fergus Green, this could change, but he did get an 80 odd and kicked 3 or 4, so he looks like his best 22 for sure. But just keep in mind, Mitch Lewis is still to come back, meaning we haven't seen how that forward line looks with Mitch Lewis in it, and I don't know if Fergus Green can fit in there. I don't know if you can go 4 talls, but yeah, because they're going to have one of the Ruckman in the forward line at all times as well. So, and then Owen Davey, he looks great. I heard someone say he's a mixture between his old man and Aaron. So There's no reason not to pick him. I think he's he's a good pick off the bench, and I think he'll just make slow and steady cash. He'll probably average a 45 mark. Nothing special. He'll have his odd 80 game, his odd 20 game. That's just how small forward rookies are, really. So that's my team. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, road to top 1%, I guess. Well, it's not really a road. I mean, we haven't actually started yet. So, but yeah, I think that's a great team. And the only issue is 156k in the bank. We need to probably get that down to below 50, and we'll figure that out somehow. Because I don't want to be leaking points in early rounds because of that. But yeah, hope you guys all have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe, and cheers.